We got a call at 3:27 this morning, reports of flames coming from a one-story home with a daylight basement. When firefighters arrived, the occupant of the house was outside the house. He told us that no one else was inside the house, but the flames had burned into the trees and it was roaring pretty good by the time our first crews arrived. Also, we had an exposure to the house on the right. So we immediately went defensive. We decided we're not going to go inside and fight this fire, and we're fighting it from the outside for about 15 minutes. And then we made another assessment and decided, okay, we could go in, did a primary search, didn't find anyone inside, either in the basement or on that first floor. It took us about 40 minutes to knock this fire down. This thing was roaring pretty good. Once we got it knocked down, we were able to talk to the homeowner. What he was telling us is he was using the fireplace, and the fire apparently had jumped from the fireplace to the carpet in front of the fireplace and then started spreading. He attempted to put the fire out himself, but the fire kept burning, and so he left the house, and that's when we arrived. He did not suffer any injuries. Right now he's declining Red Cross, but no one injured. We have our fire investigator out here. He's talking to some of the witnesses, and we'll be talking to the homeowner, trying to figure out, I mean, it looks like it's the fireplace, but we want to just make sure.
Right. I guess some of the witnesses that we talked to said, we're talking about it seemed like it started in the yard and then moved to the house.
No, at least according to the homeowner who was inside, he said he was using the fireplace and that he saw the fire jump from the fireplace to the carpet in front of the fireplace and then start spreading. When the first firefighters inside the house, it kind of backs that story up because most of the damage is to that front room, to the furniture. Most of the smoke damage is in there. There's no fire in the basement. Water and obviously smoke damage throughout the house, but really no other damage other than that. That first room really suffered the majority of the damage. Fortunately, the firefighters, the second arriving engine crew, were able to get on that second house and save that house from having any flames jump over to that.
So I noticed they were up on the roof, and they had to do some ventilation. Was there any extension up into that as well?
Well, there's attic space up there, and originally when we went up on the roof, there was some reports that the roof wasn't as solid as we expected, and because of that, we kind of pulled off the roof originally because we didn't want the firefighters to fall through the roof. But it did get into the shingles and then into the top portion of there. As fire travels upward, we even checked the chimney as well to make sure that the fire wasn't traveling up the chimney into that attic space.
The extent of the damage is mostly contained in the front room?
Well, the majority of the damage is front room, but this is a lot of loss to this house. I don't know if this will be occupiable anytime soon.